All right, so if you were gone the day that we started talking about tables and equations, um, or if you just wanted some extra instruction, um, hopefully this video helps. I'm just going to go through some examples with you. The first one that we looked at in class was this table right here. And we talked about how basically this table shows a bunch of different points with different coordinates. Okay, so this first one here is just the same thing as 0, comma 2, and then 1, comma 5, 2, 8, and 3, 11. So if I were to take all of these points and just graph them over here, there's 0, 2. Here's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 1, 5. And 2, 8 would be up here. It kind of ran off the graph a little bit, but it would be right there if we could fit that. Okay. I can't fit 3, 11, but that's fine. So what you would see with these points is that if I could fit 3, 11 on here too, this would follow, but they make a straight line. Okay, and so these points in this table here create a linear relationship. Okay, and so there's the line that goes through them. And we've seen through some other things we've done in class, we know how to write an equation for this. Okay, so taking these points from the table, plotting them, drawing a line through it, now I have a line and I know how to write an equation for this line. We've done it a bunch in class. So my y-intercept is right here where it crosses the y-axis at 2. So I know that in my equation I have y equals something, something, something plus 2. And then I can tell that the slope of this, which is going to be the rise right here over the run, looks like the rise was plus 3. The run was plus 1. So I have a slope of 3 over 1. And then don't forget to put an x right there. So the equation for this line is y equals 3 over 1 x plus 2. Okay. Now if we go back to the table, the first point that I plotted on here was this one, 0, comma 2. Okay. And we plotted it right here. That ended up being the y-intercept. Okay. So if I'm going to just ignore all of this, if I'm going to pretend to write the equation just from this table, like I have no graph paper or whatever, I can't graph it, and I just want to write an equation from this table, the first thing that I want to look for is the y-intercept. And if you remember from our notes, the y-intercept is where x equals 0, and you're looking for what does y equal when x equals 0. All right? So we're looking for what does y equal when x is 0. And when x is 0, y is 2. So we already know that in our equation we're going to have something something plus 2. To fill in the rest of this equation, I need to find the slope, whatever goes in front of x. So I need to find the slope. And so we've talked about the slope as the rise over the run. Okay? And if you look on this graph over here, when we do our rise right here, we're looking at the change in y. So that's why y goes with rise. Okay, the y's rise. If it helps you to remember that little rhyme. The y's rise. Here our plus 1, that is the run. So we go up 3 and over 1, rise 3, run 1. So our x values are the run values. Okay, and so then all I need to do from that point to figure out the slope is look at what is happening in the y column or the rise column. Okay, so what's happening each time I go down a row of this column? Well, it looks to me like these values are increasing by 3. 5 to 8 is 3, that one's also 3. Okay, so I know one part of my slope already. I already know the rise, which is 3. So rise is 3. Now I need to figure out the run. So I'm going to do the same thing over here in the x column for run. And this is increasing by 1 every time. So our rise was 3, our run is 1, so the slope is 3 over 1. Okay? So on this next one, we're not going to graph it at all. We're just going to go straight from this table to an equation. Okay, and so I know that I need two things. I need the y-intercept, and I need the slope. Okay, so the y-intercept comes from when x is 0, and when x is 0, y is 15. So I know that the y-intercept is 15. To find the slope, I'm going to look at the y's rise, the x's run. So on the y column, or the rise, what's happening each time here as we go down? We are decreasing by 5, decreasing by 5, decreasing by 5. So the first part of our slope is we have a -5 for the rise. And the run, it looks like, is going up by 2, and up by 2, and up by 2. So we have a run of 2. And now that I know the y-intercept is 15, and the slope is -5 over 2, I can take those things and create my equation. Y equals -5 over 2 x plus 15. Okay? So this next one, what I'd like you to do is just pause the video and try it on your own. Okay, so look for those two things. Look for the y-intercept, and if it helps you to highlight, copy down the table and highlight. We're looking for the y-intercept, and we're looking for the slope. So go ahead and pause the video really quick. Try it on your own, and when you're ready for the answer, to check your answer, unpause it, and I will give you the answer. So hopefully you tried it. Hopefully it went well for you. Here is the solution to this, to writing the equation for this. So I want to look for the y-intercept. So I look for where x equals 0. At x equals 0, y also equals 0. So I know that the y-intercept is just 0. For the slope, I'm going to look at rise over run. And so the y's rise, and it looks like they're rising by 3 each time. And over here, the x's, or the run, looks like it's going up by 1. So the rise over run, the rise is 3, the run is 1, which gives me a slope of 3 over 1. So when I go to write my equation for this table, this is going to be y equals 3 over 1 x plus 0. Now you also could have written down several other things, okay? All of these are acceptable to me. You could have written y equals 3x plus 0. You could have written y equals 3x. You could have written y equals 3 over 1x. Okay? Any of those things are fine with me. All right? So hopefully this video helped you a little bit. If you want more practice with it, or want more examples or something, I'd be happy to do that for you. Just ask me if this is still confusing for you.